Very important here to mention first, why is this visit, this joint visit to Langpih significant? What is the symbolic significance of this joint visit to Langpih? It was in a way festive atmosphere today, as both chief ministers addressed a gathering. There were cultural performances, people were there, rallies, and it was amicable. What we saw there, amicable environment. Langpih has a history, as Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma mentioned that he actually said why Langpih is not in the first lot of 6 sites, because there is history to it, there are issues that need to be resolved, and there are complexities that is there in Langpih. Back in 2010, almost a decade ago, in a very unfortunate incident, lives are lost, at least 4 lives are lost, people were injured because of a similar interstate border dispute. From then to now, especially in the last 6 months, last 3 to 4 months, especially after Himanta Biswa Sharma took over as the Chief Minister of Assam, and of course with full cooperation from the Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, both states for the first time are looking to permanently resolve this interstate border dispute. Rightly, in a way, rightly mentioned there by the Meghalaya Chief Minister also, that none of the previous government really took this made maybe this kind of efforts to resolve the interstate border issue. See, we have to also understand this is not a border between 2 nations, this is border between 2 states which are a part of the nation, more so 2 states within the region, the northeast. So, any solution can't just be a solution between the 2 governments, it has to be the solution between the people living in the villages on the other side, on either side of the so-called borders of the states. And that's why what we saw today in Langpih was so important. It's very important to create an amicable environment before you go for a solution, because after all, that solution has to be acceptable to people. And it was heartening to see that kind of effort being made by both the chief ministers. Secondly, there is all of a sudden a lot more of urgency as far as trying to resolve the border dispute is concerned. To start with, yes, things were progressing at a fast, rapid pace, but the both chief ministers are also cautious, stating that this might take some time, maybe a long time. This has been a dispute that has been going on for years, for decades. Can't expect this to be resolved within a few months or few weeks or even a year. But what we see today is, for the first time, some deadline has been sent. The reports will be submitted. We're talking about the first lot of 6 quote-unquote less disputed sites. The deadline for submitting the report, the final report by the committees, is November 30th. Both the state governments intend to issue the final statement by December 30th. That's an ambitious target. Again, both the chief ministers have cautioned that despite the 6 sites being less disputed, it's not certain whether the final statement can really find solution to all the 6 locations. But even if solution to 3 areas are found, even that would be considered an achievement. But yes, also when Northeast Live specifically asked Chief Minister Conrad Sangma about the impending elections in Meghalaya, and will the government really push to resolve this interstate border dispute before the assembly elections, because then after the assembly elections there will be a new government in place. So we'll not talk about that. That could be NPP, that could be Congress, that could be anyone. We're not going into that. But given that the entire process has gained momentum in the current tenure, under the current dispensation, will the government push for a solution before the 2023 polls? Yes, he replied in the affirmative that yes, they will push for a solution before the 2023 polls, which means both states are now technically looking for a solution within a year. Well, that is again ambitious, but yes, things are moving at a rapid pace. Another takeaway, according to me, as far as this visit is concerned, is that both chief ministers highlighted the point that the people living in such disputed areas are being deprived of even the central schemes. Development is not taking place because of the dispute. So, if both the states let the dispute be there for now, when it is resolved, it is resolved. But till the time the disputes are not resolved, the dispute is not resolved, both states can coordinate and at least ensure that the central schemes are implemented. This is something something very well thought of, and if even this could be implemented, then mark you, Pooja, mark my words, the solution we can assume the solution is near.